All right, well, good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for coming out today. 5 days to the Kentucky Derby. Anybody ready for that? Big thing for the city. Mary Ellen, you should come up here. You're a big part of this announcement here. Anybody that's got some ownership in this event should come on up here. Yeah. Well, Louisville's really thankful to have an internationally renowned event like the Kentucky Derby, which focuses the eyes of the world on our great city and brings hundreds of thousands of people here to experience for themselves what a great, great time it is and what a great city we have. And as most of us are gathered here today, that greatness is due to a lot of really hard work by a lot of people. And in the words of the greatest, who of course is our native son, Muhammad Ali, he said, "The fight is won or lost far away from witnesses, behind the lines, in the gym, and out there on the road, long before I dance under those lights." So while, yes, the Derby is a unique business and talent attraction tool, the truth is there's a lot of work being done before we go dancing under those lights next Saturday. And as I begin my last Derby week as your mayor, please allow me a moment to reflect on some of that good work. Let's go back to the first year. When I came into office in 2011, Louisville and the country were still recovering from the Great Recession. We didn't know that we were recovering, but we were in retrospect. Our city faced a $22.5 million deficit, 10% unemployment, and tremendous anxiety about the future. And in my opinion, we needed to go hard into that recession, and we needed to dream bigger. And even amidst the challenges, though, there were bright spots. The KFC Yum Center had just opened, creating new activity and nightlife in our downtown, a tremendous catalyst for us. Ford, GE, and UPS were just both making announcements around some significant new investments they were making in our city. And there was a tremendous opportunity, I thought, to revitalize our downtown, put a stamp on our hospitality and tourism industry, and generally create positive, equitable economic momentum across our city. So that was then. But now when we look back over this past decade, we've certainly achieved a lot. Since 2011, Louisville's economy has added more than 80,000 jobs, and that includes nearly 4,000 new technology jobs. We've added 3,500 new businesses, and more than 20,000 Louisvillians have worked themselves out of poverty, and another 20,000 have worked themselves into the middle class. Yeah. We created a new hospitality concept. Anybody know what that is? Bourbonism. That's right. So Bourbonism, with Louisville as the trailhead of the Bourbon Trail, we were competing with Lexington for that, and so there was a lot of strategy around that back in the day. It's been just great for our city. It's resulted in 10 new distillery and bourbon experiences just in our city alone, internationally recognized culinary additions, an energized Whiskey Row, and 15 new hotels just in downtown alone. We've made Louisville a soccer city with world-class women's and men's team, an extraordinary soccer stadium district, training facility, youth academy, and we were named one of Wallet Hub's best soccer cities in America just 2 months ago. We've made a lot of investments in downtown, like the renovated convention center, which has been so important to us now to get conventions here back on the streets. The new Omni, of course, has been a wonderful addition. All of the reinvestment that's taken place in the Brown, the Sealback, the Marriott, the Galt House, and many others. And then unprecedented construction in West Louisville, South Louisville, the return of the Colonial Gardens, and the list goes on and on. But overall, we have seen over $21 billion in capital investments announced, completed, or underway just since 2014. That includes more than $1.5 billion in West Louisville, with projects like the Norton Sports and Learning Center, Beecher Terrace redevelopment, Republic Bank Foundation YMCA, and the Goodwill and Norton's Opportunities Campus, which will open the first full-service hospital in West Louisville in the past 100 years. Through our economic development work, led by Louisville Forward and Greater Louisville, our city competed for and won business attraction and expansion projects totaling over $9 billion in investment and over 45,000 new jobs in the past several years. And those efforts have not gone unnoticed, and that is why we're here today. So today, I'm really proud to announce that we have again received the Mac Conway Award for Site Selection Magazine, recognizing our city for its great economic development work. Congratulations, everybody. Site Selection Magazine is the leading publication for economic development in the United States of America. So they've got a good view about what's going on all across our nation. So it's really an honor when they recognize us. And they recognize us a lot, because those numbers that I just talked about are amongst the best in the country. You might think I'm bragging, but as we look at the Muhammad Ali Center over here, remember what Muhammad said. If it's true, it ain't bragging. Okay, so those numbers back us up. And that's why this is the 8th year in a row that our team at Louisville Forward has received this award for their tremendous efforts day in and day out to support existing businesses and help them grow while attracting new businesses here to the city. And this is the 6th year that Louisville Forward and GLI have shared the Mac Conway Award for their regional efforts. So we appreciate the contribution, the great work of GLI along with Louisville Forward. It takes a team to get this done. Now, one key to this success is having a strong local economic development organization, LEDO. So they call those LEDOs. So the LEDO is Louisville Forward, who focuses just on Louisville. We're focused on building up Louisville's industry strengths and guiding companies through local permitting, incentives, whatever a business needs, and doing so at the speed of business, in addition to having a strong regional economic development organization. So you got LEDO, that's Louisville Forward, that's a city agency, and then you've got the Regional Economic Development Organization, REDO, or REDO, and that's GLI. So GLI is looking over our whole multi-county region here to cast a wide net to attract new business and talent. So I'd like to invite Sarah DeVasher Wisdom, President and CEO of GLI, to share a few words about the work that GLI is doing to market Louisville and the surrounding 15-county region. Please welcome Sarah DeVasher Wisdom.
Good morning, and thank you, Mayor Fisher. It is a great day to be celebrating economic wins here in the heart of our downtown. It's even better when those wins are being recognized with a national award. So we're thrilled to once again be honored with the Mac Conway Award in conjunction with Louisville Forward. We know that we are primed for success in our region, and it's been a very explosive year for economic growth in Jefferson County, but it's been an equally explosive year for our surrounding counties. As the convener of the Greater Louisville Regional Partnership, we work with our 15-county partners to make sure that if we have an opportunity to get a business to locate in our area or one to expand, we're making sure that they are in our region. They either stay in our region or they come to our region. Under the leadership of Senior VP Ben Pratt, we are very successful at that, and we are primed for future growth. Counties like Oldham County, Nelson County, Bullitt County, Clark County, we're all ready to move forward. The Ford SK Oval announcement is just one example of what's to come. So we're excited about the collaboration. We're looking forward to success in the year ahead and appreciate you being here today as we celebrate this award.
Thank you, Sarah. I also want to recognize a couple of other guests here with us today who have played very significant roles in Louisville's economic success, leadership roles. Mary Ellen Wiederwall was our first chief of Louisville Forward. Mary Ellen. She helped us start the agency some 8 or 9 years ago. And then her successor was Rebecca Fleischaker, a veteran of economic development within Louisville Metro, who's now head of the Louisville Downtown Partnership. And then Jeff O'Brien is with us, the current chief of Louisville Forward. So each of them have really played a critical role when you see how our city has changed over these last several years, especially helping some of these major projects that are really complex come to life. So it could be the Omni or the soccer stadium that I talked about, Colonial Gardens, lots of moving pieces here, not just around the economic side, but permitting, construction, talent development, et cetera. And I created Louisville Forward in 2014 because I was a frustrated business owner, frankly, in dealing with cities and governments back when I was operating businesses that just didn't seem to have their act together. And I knew the value of a one-stop shop where businesses go for everything they need. Because a business does not have time to say, okay, I got to go to the city for this, I got to go to the county for that, or I got to get this permit over here. They need a concierge service so they can move fast and move without friction. And so that's what Louisville Forward does. It combines business attraction, expansion and retention activities, talent and workforce attraction, along with all the city's real estate development, land use, and planning and design functions. This model has served us well. Throughout my administration, we've refined our strategy to target high-quality jobs of the future and are working to scale our tech talent to position Louisville for an even brighter and more prosperous future. When we were coming out of the recession, it was almost, well, any job is a good job. Well, as unemployment started dropping, we started focusing on higher wages, higher skilled work, and then the type of training that you need behind that so that we could upskill our folks in our community and raise family supporting wages all the way around. We've had good success with that. Since 2014, the Louisville Forward team competed for and won projects representing $8.5 billion of investment, and as I mentioned, almost 35,000 new jobs. The team also has other responsibilities, including small business support and Metco small business loans, which together have helped thousands of small businesses over the past decade. And since 2011, Metco has made loans totaling over $26 million to 276 small businesses across our city. And at the height of our pandemic, our small business team helped keep hundreds of small business owners' doors open through our COVID-19 relief grant program, awarding over $27 million to 824 small businesses. That was great work. Because I have yet to meet anybody that had a global pandemic in their business plan. So, we quickly shifted, all of us, to just a survival mode. Could we get through this pandemic to get to the other side and start rebuilding? And of course, none of us knew how long the pandemic was going to be around. So it was an extraordinarily difficult time. The government, federal government, state and local governments played a very important role in keeping people on the payroll, keeping businesses open so that we could get to a better economy and a better tomorrow. On our economic development side, leading our team is Director Ben Moore. Ben has worked for Louisville Metro for more than 7 years and is a great, great advocate for our city. Please welcome Ben Moore.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everybody. We are here to celebrate the continued economic momentum and the economic development model that is not only thriving in our community, but is also, once again, award-winning. Our team of industry experts understands that the work we do today creates the Louisville of tomorrow. And by charting a future-focused course for our economy, we will achieve economic equity and opportunity for all Louisvillians. Here at Louisville Forward, we know that the speed to business isn't just a goal, it's our mission. We also know that successful business relocation and expansion relies on a well-trained workforce, quality real estate, and in Louisville's case, a passionate team providing concierge service to ensure that from groundbreaking and announcement to ribbon cutting and hiring, the process is smooth, efficient, and quick. And of course, we wouldn't be here today without all of our amazing partners at LG&E and Louisville Water, Louisville Tourism, Kentuckiana Works, Amplify, Render Capital, GLI, the list goes on. So thank you to all of our partners. On a personal note, I'm extremely proud to be part of the Louisville Metro government and working every day to improve the lives of my fellow Louisvillians. And if you've spent more than a few minutes with me, you know that my husband Tad and I have a 2-year-old son, Callum, and he's the reason I do what I do every day, because we are setting the stage for the future of our city and the future Louisville that my son and your children and all the children in Louisville will grow up in. So with each new project and business opening and job investment announced, we know that the future is bright for all those that choose to make Louisville their forever home. I want to recognize Louisville Forward's economic development team, a team that I am incredibly proud to serve alongside, a team that recognizes the importance of nobility in the public service that we have been called to. and I'd love for them to raise their hands as I say their name. Joshua McKee, our Deputy Director of Economic Development. Keisha Allen, our Senior Economic Development Manager for West Louisville. Amy Cornell, Executive Administrator. Our backbone, Pearl Patterson. Melissa Ryan, our Research and Data Manager. Jason Woodall, our Assistant Director. Our amazing communications team that brought you all here today, Caitlin Bowling and Jody Hamilton. Our cluster team, Ron Burse over Health and Aging Innovation, Sarah Bowman with Food and Beverage, Jake Medley with Business Services, Alex Mercer with Advanced Manufacturing and Logistics. Our small business and Metco teams, Christy Jarbo, Emmanuel Black, Jermaine Burks, our Metco team with Brenda Hyatt and Terry Hathaway, and of course representing our globalization efforts here today, Amos Azermana. We love sharing let's hear it for the team. We love sharing our passion for our community with companies and site selectors and working with our small businesses to help them grow and succeed. This is what makes Louisville an authentic and wonderful place to live. It's that passion for a better Louisville that drives our team and why we absolutely, passionately believe that our direction for Louisville is forward. Thank you all for being here today.
All right, great job, Ben. I want to thank the entire economic development team for their support, businesses big and small. We got a great, passionate team that gets out there and does wonderful work each and every day. So I just want to say I appreciate you guys as well. Next, I'd like to invite up Matt Benningfield. Matt is President of Recycling at Veland North America and Senior Vice President of Global Metal Supply at the Veland Group. Veland North America is a producer of copper and copper alloy products that announced its plans to grow its presence in Louisville and establish a North American headquarters here in February 2021. And they have continued to invest and bring new good-paying jobs to our city, and we're just really delighted to have Veland and Matt here in our city. So please welcome Matt Benningfield.
Thank you, Mayor Fisher. Good morning. I appreciate having the opportunity to speak briefly today. I mean, this is a phenomenal turnout, especially when you consider what's going on in Louisville this week. The turnout, though, is reflective of the number of people that this topic has impacted and the number of people that it took working together to make it happen. 8 years ago, my wife Ashley and I moved to Louisville. We didn't know anything about it at the time. We just saw an opportunity with a business that was based here and made the move. Now Louisville is the place where we've each lived the longest since growing up, and it's the only place since our childhood homes that we call home. We've had 2 out of our 3 children in Louisville, and it's safe to say that they call Louisville home as well. This community has embraced my family and myself, and that's why I get excited anytime I have the opportunity to speak about what a great place this is to live. As Mayor Fisher said, I run a business unit for the Veland Group. For those of you who aren't aware of us, we're a 200-year-old private company based in Ulm, Germany. We recycle, produce, and distribute products which go into the automotive, defense, household construction, and many other critical markets. We're actively committed to becoming ever more sustainable. In fact, we announced another acquisition this morning, buying a recycling company called Total Metals Recycling that further underscores our commitment to sustainability. A little over 2 years ago, we made the decision to locate our North American headquarters here in Louisville. As a 200-year-old company, I think it's safe to say that we take the long view. When we look at Louisville, we see a great quality of life for our employees, a great source of talent as we look to grow, great business partners at the municipal, county, and state levels, and a rich community in which our employees can actively engage. This environment has not only caused us to grow from 55 employees in Louisville 2 years ago to 108 today, but it also convinced us to announce a $100 million greenfield investment in Shelbyville, Kentucky for a greenfield recycling operation that's going to break ground next month. We look forward to being a part of Louisville and the future growth that we see here. and to Louisville being a part of our identity as we look forward to the next 200 years. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Matt. We appreciate having Veland here in our city, and it's an amazing company. You know, when you think about 200-year-old companies, there are just not many of those. So we feel very good about your all's future. Now, to make a big city, obviously, or a great city, you have to have companies both big, medium, and small, and have services for each and every one of those, and startups as well. And as I said earlier, Louisville Metro has for decades supported entrepreneurs and small business owners through our Metco loan program. And we have some of our Metco loan recipients here with us today. So if you've benefited from a Metco loan, if you could raise your hand so we could acknowledge you all as well. We appreciate that. Thank you. Our small businesses give us the soul of our city, and many of them grow into medium and big businesses as well. But these loans provide critical funding for businesses just getting off of the ground or those seeking some growth. And today we have Kevin Gillespie with us. Kevin is the president and CEO of IsoPure, which manufactures water treatment systems for medical and industrial uses. In 2017, IsoPure secured a $200,000 loan through our Metco Small Business Loan Program to help them with renovation and moving expenses. So, Kevin, please share a few words with us.
Thank you, Mayor. My name is Kevin Gillespie. I'm President and CEO of IsoPure. We're a medical device manufacturer. We originally were in Simpsonville, Kentucky, and we were in the process of developing a new device that's used in hemodialysis. At the time, we were going to have, once this product was released, we were going to have, we anticipated extreme growth. At the time, Shelby County was vying for me to stay there. Jeffersonville wanted me to move over there, but I'm living testament on how great the city of Louisville is and how easy they were to work with. I decided to move back to Louisville back in 2017. As Mayor said, I did secure that $200,000 loan on a building to renovate it. Since then, in 2000, we received FDA approval on the new device. We are doubling, thank you. We are in the process of doubling our workforce. These are very high-tech jobs, very high-paying jobs. And we've actually had a company from Germany who came over 2 weeks ago interested in exporting these devices. So we feel very confident about the future, and I am proud to say that I enjoy working with the city of Louisville and haven't regretted it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Kevin. I see some movement of some beverages around here, so, okay. Kentucky Straight Ice in the house. Let's hear it for good ice cubes. You know, that I almost went bankrupt twice, but the third time around it involved ice, okay? So we invented these combination ice and beverage dispensing machines you see everywhere, you know, where you get ice and a soft drink, so, and it really grew fast after that. So little did I know that that was going to prepare me for a future as a mayor. I feel quite confident I know more about bourbon and good ice than any other mayor in the country. And our Kentucky Straight Ice guys make awesome cubes. I mean, you got to have a good, odor-free, clear ice cube to enjoy any type of drink, but particularly bourbon. So hats off to great ice from you guys. Way to go. Way to go. I also want to recognize a few additional partners, local companies that are helping make this celebration extra special. 1, Brown-Forman. 2, I just mentioned the good guys at Kentucky Straight Ice. Louisville Vegan Jerky, Louisville Water, and Wilshire Pantry. So it takes a lot to put any city together, but this event in particular has been incredible. I think we're the only city like in the country where it's okay to have a small sip of bourbon before noon, and people here think it's kind of like normal. So We just kind of roll with that. So now, if everybody has a drink of their choosing, it could be soda, it could be water, it could be a cocktail. It is Derby week after all here in the city, and we've got a lot to celebrate. I mean, boy, we got a wonderful day. We've got all kinds of tourists in town, and it's just going to peak up every day, heading up to the most famous 2 minutes of sports where the entire world stops and says, what's going on in Louisville, Kentucky, and I'd like to be there. So we're really blessed to have our city and the wonderful momentum that's taking place right now, and for all of this great economic development success that we've had also. So for that, I would just like to give a big toast to everybody for all of the hard work from the days behind us and all of the good times in the days ahead of us. Congratulations, everybody. Cheers. All right. Well, we're excited to keep this good work going, so thanks everybody again for joining us here today, and we hope you stick around and chat a little bit and perhaps make some new friends and help us keep growing our city. Thanks everybody for coming out. Congratulations.